Are things finally going good in your life? Is work going well? You got some good self-care habits in place. You're exercising regularly. You're eating good. You're even cooking for yourself and you're enjoying it. Have you met a guy recently on Hinge that you've been dating for a few weeks? You're very proud of yourself because you've been taking it slow. You feel confident. You feel self-assured. You're just really proud of yourself for taking this slow and not falling head over heels too early on. So a lot of good things are happening in your life right now. This has been happening for a few weeks or maybe a few months, but you're starting to notice a shift in your feelings and in your behavior. You're starting to notice some feelings of and voices of, who do you think you are? You don't really deserve this. You're not really worthy of this. It's not going to last. Now you have that crap popping up again, right? Whenever stuff is going good, this voice has got to come in and try and sabotage it all. If this is happening to you, this video is really going to help you, okay? Because here's what we're going to talk about in this video today. Number one, I'm going to explain why this voice pops up. Number two, I'm going to give you a very helpful exercise to talk this voice down from a ledge. And the bonus thing with this exercise is that you don't need a coach, you don't need a therapist to help you with this. You can do this on your own, okay? And then number three, I'm also going to share with you that if this voice continues to come up again or persist later in the future, how to work with it and nip it in the bud before it gets out of hand. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and dive in. Real quick though, if you are brand new to my channel, my name is Nikki McMillan. I'm a life and relationship coach for women. And if this is what you need to hear today, good. I'm glad you landed on this video. Subscribe to my channel because I talk about this stuff all the time. Let's go ahead and dive in. So number one, this voice. I want to explain this to you. And I mentioned it a little bit already, but this voice of you're not worthy, you're not deserving, who do you think you are? It's not going to last. The other shoe's going to drop. It really just comes from your past, right? If you're someone that was brought up in an upbringing of chaos, dysfunction, maybe there was substance abuse, mom and dad or whoever your caregivers weren't like the emotionally available type, like this stuff is going to happen in adulthood. Our past can tell us a lot about why we do the things we do today, why we believe the things we believe, and our perspective on life. Okay. So we have our past to thank for, the stuff that we don't really want, or even the good things that are happening today. So that's number one, your past. And number two, your past, it's gonna sound crazy, but it's gonna help you. It's going to help you if you acknowledge it, you invest some time there on getting clarity and connecting some dots and some patterns. Your past is going to help you, okay, to like break free from self-sabotage now in adulthood. So what I want you to do is, let me grab a sheet of paper here, is I want you to get a sheet of paper, blank sheet of paper, okay, draw a horizontal line. And then to the far left, I don't know which is my left on this screen, but to the far left, I want you to write birth, and then to the far right, today. And what you're going to do is your story timeline. Okay, you're going to write down these significant life events that have happened to you over the years. And to give you an example of what this will look like. So a significant event, let's say maybe 5 years old, mom and dad divorced. 7 years old, you lost a best friend or a sibling. They passed away or they moved away. Let's say 10 years old, mom met a new boyfriend and he just wasn't great. They fought a lot. He drank a lot. Just substance abuse happened in the house. There was always fighting, yelling, arguing, whatever it was. Let's say maybe 15 years old, a significant life event is you lost your virginity. And when you lost your virginity, let's say the guy wanted nothing to do with you. Okay. How about some good significant life events? Because I know that we've all had at least one, right? Or maybe two good things that have happened. Let's say maybe 18 years old, you graduated school and you went to Italy and lived abroad there for a few months. Let's say you graduated with honors. You got a great job and very young. But also with this great job, you notice that you had to work yourself to the bone, right? To really be successful and acknowledge and to make a lot of money. Let's say another significant life event was 25. You met a guy, you fell head over heels for him. You guys moved in together, you fell in love, and 2 years later, he chose to take a job in another country and you guys broke up and you were just devastated. Let's say after that happened, you started forming some bad habits of drinking a lot, going out and partying, right? Eating unhealthy, and you gain weight and you're not feeling good about yourself. But then let's say, right, that got out, that became like enough is enough. And then let's say right around 30, you got a personal trainer, you started to learn about nutrition and, eating healthy and just taking care of yourself. And let's say right around, 32, okay, your career's going great. You're again very successful. You bought yourself a lot of nice stuff, but you're also like, oh my God, all I'm doing is freaking working. Like I have to work hard to make money to be successful. There's no time for, fun or extracurricular things to do outside of your life with hobbies and things. And here you are now, right? Like, okay, work's still going good. I'm still busting my butt. I don't know how much longer I can keep this up. But I'm taking care of my health again. Like I feel good. Things are still going good with my healthy habits. And all right, met this cool guy off a Hinge. Things are going slow. We've been having nice, you know, dinners together or hikes together. And here you are now, like, okay, when is all this going to fall apart, right? So your timeline, and again, this is just a made up timeline, just an example. Whatever your significant life events are, okay, were good, bad, right? The pleasant ones, the non-pleasant ones, write them down and see if you can connect the dots and notice a pattern. Okay, maybe the pattern here, just to pull from this example story, was meet a nice guy. It's not going to last. Something's going to happen, right? You're connecting that dot there. And you're starting to form that belief now, right? You met a nice guy, but you're like, oh, I don't know. What if something better comes along, right? He gets a job or a prettier girl, a better person, right? There's fear of loss, right? Of getting your heart broken again because of your past experience, right? Remember that relationship I talked about earlier? Maybe you are things are going good with work, but you're also are kind of like, well, if I slow down, because now you're at a point to where you're like, I can't keep up this pace. I can't keep up this, this energy output, and I'm just getting burned out. But what if I don't work as hard? I'm going to lose everything, right? So maybe that's a fear, right? Because you have a belief in a programming of, oh no, you can't slow down. You have to continue working hard and even harder to even keep what you have. So you have like through these significant events, okay? And, or maybe also, let's just say this, you're a big people pleaser. Because if you weren't the peacekeeper, right, to calm the house down from mom and dad fighting or from siblings or whatever. So if you weren't the peacekeeper, then things are out of hand. So now you have this problem or this issue of really people pleasing, but you're noticing in some of your friendships, like, this feels a bit one-sided. I'm not feeling great. I don't feel that this is very mutually beneficial. And you want to say something, but you're like, oh my God, I'm afraid to say something. I don't want to upset my friends or be abandoned, right? So a lot of this stuff, beliefs, concepts, way of thinking, okay, and this fearful voice of you're not worthy, you're not deserving, it's not going to last, right? Be this good girl, don't rock the boat. That voice is coming up because it has a lot to do with your past experiences. But your past experiences don't define your future. They don't have to. So you can choose to see your past for what it was, but no longer believe it and buy into it and give it so much of your life force energy. Okay, this is a choice. All right. And you might be like, well, okay, that's great. Easier said than done. I mean, this is going to take work, right? I wanted you to do this exercise so you can have clarity and understanding of why you believe what you believe today and why you have these certain concepts of yourself today and what you have to do, and also these concepts and beliefs of this is who I have to be to have this job or keep this guy or whatever. Like, it's just not true. You don't have to continue burning out, pretending to be someone you're not, or, to do any, um, make any choices or decisions of self-betrayal to keep the good happening, right? To keep it staying the course. You don't have to. So the reason why I wanted you to do this exercise is because basically you're getting clarity on your past, right? You're getting clarity on your past and understanding of it. And now you can really just look back at your past with, again, clarity and understanding and just so much love and compassion for this younger self, for these parts of you, for these parts of your life. Like, when I did this timeline, and when I still do it, when I have that voice that creeps up every now and then, it's not as often as it was, definitely not. But whenever I do this timeline, I just have so much love and compassion and just empathy, not sympathy, but empathy, and just patience for what this girl has been through. What she has been through, what she has overcome, what she has persisted, and also how resourceful this little girl was, even though they weren't healthy or productive, resourceful steps and ways of doing things, but just how she did what she had to do to make it through. So now I look back, and I want you to do this too. It's just look at this, look at your past, have compassion, have love, patience, and just be that mama bear to this little younger part of you, to this inner child. Like, oh my gosh, like, wow, that was a lot. And it's no longer has to be this way. Come with me. This is what we're going to do now and how we're going to start living. Okay. So it's just really befriending your past, being, mothering this inner child, because that self-sabotage voice, what I was saying before, things are going well. Oh my God, am I going to sabotage it? It's really just your past creeping up on you of unhealed wounding that didn't really get a lot of your emotional availability because you were just been busy like trying to overcome your past and create a better life for yourself. But if we don't deal with the wounds and the heartbreaks from childhood, they will creep up in adulthood. So do this exercise, look back on it, practice compassion, love, and acceptance, acknowledge her, that younger part of you, for being so resourceful. And then also start doing the habits, creating the habits and taking, the steps and actions in life to where you are that loving parent and friend and mentor to yourself. So what does that look like? To give you some examples, you go to the right, groups of positive people. You start reading the books to really educate yourself and to help yourself to start thinking differently when it comes to your mindset habits. You surround yourself with great people. You practice slowing down, disconnecting, not working when you can clock out. When you clock out, you clock out. Okay. You practice making dates with yourself and not overbooking your schedule. You just start being a more compassionate adult toward yourself, which really this is toward your inner child. And the more you do this, the more you are making space and just emotional availability for this younger part of you and loving her to where she will start to feel safe and worthy and deserving of positive change in her life, of accepting it, embracing it, and allowing it to happen more and more and more and more and more without feeling undeserving of it. Okay. I hope that this makes sense. I know that this was probably a deep conversation, maybe for you, and a deep concept, but it is a very powerful thing to practice. in your life so you don't sabotage the good that happens. Okay. If this was helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, let me know. And if you have any other tips or suggestions of what you've been practicing, please share that below in the comments so I can see and want to know, okay? And then also so you can help the other women that are watching this video. Definitely check out this video here because this is going to be helpful for you as well. All right, see you next week. Bye for now.